All right, good morning, students. This is the week of 3:30 to 4:3. And based on your survey results, you guys wanted to learn a lot about animals. In order to do that, we need to start with the topics of biomes and biodiversity. So that's what we're going to start with today. This little presentation is just an overview of what our learning objectives are for the week, and then it will go through your 3 vocabulary words at the end that I'm going to have you type in your definitions. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so biomes and biodiversity, there's more about those coming in the next couple of slides, but that's what we'll be working on for this week. And your objectives. So after this week, you will be able to understand, or I will be able to understand, first off, what is a biome and what factors or what things control their distribution. And then again, another word for distribution is going to be location. So what are the things that control the location of the different biomes that we have around the planet? Our next objective is going to be, what is that word biodiversity, and what locations around the planet have lots of it? So where on Earth has lots of biodiversity? So this is going to be an important word that we're going to need to know for this week. Okay, the other thing, 4 benefits of biodiversity. So after we go through what biodiversity is, it gives the planet and humans lots and lots of different types of benefits. So what are the 4 benefits of biodiversity? What's one human-caused threat of biodiversity? And then lastly, the last thing that I want you to be able to understand at the end of the week is just one way humans can reduce the threats that the planet has, or that we have for our planet's biodiversity. So those are the 5 things that I'd like you to be able to understand this week. We'll do 4 activities that will help us with this, including the one that you're watching right now. Or not necessarily including the one that you're watching right now, but including the one that's going on right now for this day. And this week's vocabulary. So in order to be successful for the week, there are 3 words that you're going to need to be able to know. The first one is going to be, what is a biome? The next one is biodiversity. And then the third one is distribution. So what I would like you to do right now is, I'll go ahead and exit out of the presentation. But what I would like you to do right now is, let's go ahead and on this slide, please use the speaker notes. So those are down, the speaker notes are down here in this section. And I'd like you to type in the definitions for biome, biodiversity, and then distribution. So one way that you can do that, as an example, again, use complete sentences. Please don't go to the internet and just copy paste and not read what you're copying pasting, but actually use the complete sentences. So as an example, you would come down here, you've got your first word, biome, you would put your cursor in there, and then you'd be able to type out the definition. You could start it by the a biome is, and I'll just put dot, dot, dot. And then you would go to the internet and find the definition of a biome, and then the definition of biodiversity, as well as distribution. So that's your first task. When you're done with this task, please move on to task 2, and then you'll be really well prepared for the rest of the week. All right, cheers.